Nope. See, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna have to come up with something else. I don't know what's happening. Now you be sold. Welcome back. Welcome back to Now You Be Sold, man. I want to start off like every YouTube. It's your boy. I ain't your boy. I'm sorry. I went opposite. Like I just don't want to say that, so I went opposite. Now You Be Sold, man. I'm back with Brandon. Back with my boy Frank.
What up?
Frank gonna be doing this, so he here. I'm here. We here, and we want to talk this shit.
Together, we're brothers. We're happy and we're singing and we're colored.
They're gonna skip this video. No, man. Let's start off with shit. Where'd I want to go?
Oh,
that
wait,
Kaepernick.
Hold on.
All right, do you think?
Hey, my bad, bro. But check this out, y'all. So, like, everybody know me, man. I be like in the fashion and shit, and I got a shit ton of jerseys. Like, I was up there with like the nigga Fab, Conceited. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a shit ton of Mitchell and Ness jerseys. Like, I'm out here. Man, do you realize that I literally sold all my NFL jerseys?
Yeah.
So,
because of it. Yeah.
Sold everything. Then I got down to like my last like 4 jerseys.
I just all together, or talking about baseball and basketball?
Nah, this is just football. And I was just giving shit away to people just for free. Then I went and turned motherfucking Madden in. Them punk ass motherfuckers gave me $3 goddamn, bro.
And you still took it.
You like, goddamn right.
I still don't want it, so here.
I'm not buying Madden 18 when that shit come out. I just said fuck NFL altogether. And then I was watching the first tape this morning, and when they got talking some football shit, I just turned that shit off. So I'm full fledged in this whole thing. Hey Cap, if you can hear this, bro, we riding with you.
Nigga, you my quarterback. I mean, I'm not talking about just because I was a Niners fan. I'm talking about because we don't fuck with football. So you my quarterback, and on a team that you don't play on, nigga. You the starting quarterback of my team.
Hey, for real though, man. If they let you back in the league, dog, I still might not even fucking watch football, bro.
Okay, so two things. Let's start off by a couple of days ago, I posted something about the NFL, and Frank commented talking about how he didn't support, he could no longer support anything NFL. See, for me, it was 2 years ago, or something like 2 or 3 years ago, just because, like, I'm starting to understand what the NFL is. Like, everything that white people give people of color is backhanded. And, like, I just started to research, even before it became, like, a quote-unquote black and white thing. I started to research, what was going on in the NFL, how, like, you see those articles that, the average life expectancy of an NFL player is 20 years less. In a world where the NFL is at least 70%, melanated, black, melanated. I don't like the word black just based on, what I've been taught about it, so I try not to say it. But it's a lot of stuff that, these people... Most of them go broke after 3 years, yet they're risking 20 years of their life expectancy over it. And it's a mostly black thing. And it's not really, it is a racial issue because everything in America is a racial issue and people just don't realize it. But, even before the Kaepernick stuff, I had already kind of started leaning away just because it was so, and I hate to, sound like a bitch about it, but it was so dangerous. The game dangerous, man. It's maiming people, paralyzing people for what? So you can make these people richer?
And when you say these people,
I mean these white. See, to me, like, sports ain't even about, like, I can't even watch it the same. It's like when you...
Is this all sports or just the NFL?
It's all sports.
Damn, bro.
It's the same. It's all the same. It's like, okay, so it's backhanded, and they use all team sports for people of color, because people of color are the majority of every sport, because
we're melanated. We're naturally gifted.
We're more. That's where that's where the more came from. And it's like they use it now as a integration manipulation tool, and it's like most of the time you get this watered down Negro. And everybody is starting to become that because everybody thinks that the league is so important and blah, blah, blah. So it's like, I can't like when you hear a fucking Ray Lewis talk, because that's their spokesperson. That's who they're gonna. Every time there's a racial issue, they're gonna have Ray Lewis, coon ass, somewhere talking because they know his agenda. You know what I'm saying? Like his agenda is to make white people sound great or neutral and make black people sound less than neutral. That and that's our idol. Nigga, 7-8 years ago, Ray Lewis was the motherfucking man. The motherfucking man. Before, we let a nigga open his mouth. And it's just like, to me, that's the path that every melanated person is going down. And it's like, everything is propaganda, everything is agenda. And it's like, how can I watch it turns into everything. Like, when you realize everything is propaganda, it turns into everything. And it's just like, so I just kind of fell back off of football anyway. And then when this shit happened, it was like, just a test to see what type of unity we have. And we don't have unity. We know that.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
We're not unified people.
Man.
I mean, especially, we love they money. We love their money. So it's like, we got to follow that reel that they're pulling in with the dollar on it. I'm talking about that, like, fishing.
Yeah.
And it's just like, we got to tap dance and do whatever they want. And it divides us. Like, even just like the one person that you can't even be a full person of color. You can't be a nigga. You can't be, and I'm sorry, I understand what the word nigga means. So, like, I have no shame in using it. So if you can't stand the word nigga, and if you think that I don't have a valid concept or argument or whatever because I use the word nigga, then move on. Because I'm going to use the word nigga. I understand where the word nigga came from, and I know it's older than Spain and any white directive. So we were gods, man. I mean, like, you can't be gods playing their game, man. So
nah, I mean, I agree. I was in a group text with a couple of cats, man, and one dude, he was just like, this should be a testament. He was like, basically saying, like, nigga, don't step out of line. And he brought up Mike Vick's situation, Ray Lewis, Ray Rice, and he said Kaepernick, and I was like, wait, hold up, like, how you even gonna throw him in the same category as them? So it went on and on and on, and then, like, I had to literally remove myself because I was going back and forth, and, like, dude was like, he was like, you could tell, like, the almighty dollar means everything to the people I was having a conversation with, because dude was like, shit, he was like, I'm gonna get my money and I'm gonna leave that political shit to something else. And I was just like, well, it ain't necessarily political. Like, he just, somebody asked him how he felt about something, and he gave an answer. And he's like, fuck that, I'm just gonna get this money and I'm gonna fuck these white bitches and blah blah blah. I mean, and he knew my sense, so he was really trying to be an antagonist. But at the end of the day, I was just like, when we learn to do better by our money. And I'm just saying, because I know how you feel about it, but for the people who think that dollar really means something, you gotta learn how to do better with it. Because the argument comes in, he's like, Cap fucked himself because this money, and we don't know. I'm like, well, we don't know what he did with his money. I'm like, dude just donated $1 million. Like, I'm sure he ain't hurting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like, one of my favorite rappers say, no materials can measure what my soul's worth. Like, even if he is going broke, or quote unquote, like, his integrity and standing up for something would mean way more than any material value that the world can offer. You know what I'm saying? So it was just one of the things. I'm like, look, y'all, like, like you said earlier, like, us as black people, I'm melanated, whatever.
No,
like,
you say what you say.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna hate on it.
Right.
Us
Now,
is.
you know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't got no unity. And the thing is to be like, okay, like, me and you got different views on certain topics.
Right.
Instead of sitting there and honing in our different views, like, I'd much rather be like, okay, this is what we do have in common.
Right.
And this is what we would like to see, a change in the world or just a change within our people.
Mm-hmm.
And let's just work on that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and it's people like, oh, well, he's a Muslim and this person's a Christian and this person is an atheist and then he's a Crip and he's a Blood.
Right.
And like, no, who cares? Like,
those are too small, man. Like, we got something so much bigger in front of us.
Exactly.
To take care of before we can be talking about dividing. And it's like everything is divided. I think this is dumb, but I think a person who is in power, a white person who is in power, can watch a World Star video and go, okay, good. They still where they are.
Oh, hell yeah.
Cause like, how you just gonna cheer that on? You don't know what's going on. You just screaming World Star. That's just like such a huge token of our lack of mutuality. You know what I'm saying? Our oneness.
And then like people like they get hit by a bus. And first thing they do is not pull the phone out and call for 911. It's to record it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can sit there, watch somebody get their brains like blown out.
Yeah.
And instead of running away from the gunfire, dial 911, you going closer to see how you can get on World Star so you can go viral. And it's just like, man, we're just at a time where like the internet, dog, is completely just fucked.
You know, there are terms.
And lack of parenting and lack of guidance and
I want to like
lack of fake.
I want to moonwalk a little bit. I want to back up to a word you used, and it was politics. And I think that as people of color, or actually as people in America, because, you know, like I said, all TV is propaganda. And a lot of it is propaganda that leads us to be divisive and afraid. And I think there are words that they know how to use that make us afraid that shouldn't. And politics is one of those words.
Mm-hmm.
We can't play it in their directive, though. We can't be like, you know, politics doesn't mean voting for bitch-ass, punk-ass, coon-ass Obama. To me, politics, that ain't politics to me.
Hey, man, I'm talking about Obama, bro.
Yeah, I know we gonna have our differences, but I just don't think Obama didn't do shit for black people except fucking dab and look good in the suit and sing out green with his cool ass. But
man, don't call Obama no fucking.
Oh, he had to be.
Bro.
Obama has to be to make it that far in this system. You have to be a coon.
I mean,
it's not.
But like, we don't let us not apply to him. I mean,
nigga, I give you Michelle, and that's it. That's
okay,
all.
so this is all right. So say you win office,
mm-hmm.
right? And you do what you feel is right.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, what earthly good is you once they put a bullet in your motherfucking head?
Right. See, that's if we.
I'm just saying,
but
like,
no, you can't be like.
Because you know, I mean, because like that, like if you look at it, boom, get in office. The agenda that they gave him was the LBGT community.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So pretty much it was like, all right, if he push any agenda for melanated people, black people, people of color, they're gonna be like, well, he only came in to do what we knew he was gonna do in the beginning. But even if the powers that be let him got that shit off, bro, he was gonna get smoked. That was just point blank. Period.
To me, and
he was just gonna be.
I can't give him a pass on that, man. You can't be.
Well, you run for office and then. I'm gonna be at your funeral.
But see,
I'm just gonna bust up in that mother.
But okay, me running for office don't mean nothing because
I'm just saying, like, come on, stall him out. That's all I'm saying. Just
ain't nothing. See,
just stall him out.
Like,
because if that's the case, he shouldn't even ran.
More people of color were unemployed. The black dollar got smaller, and all of that during the Obama administration. And it's just like Obama was.
I mean, what did y'all expect?
Sleight of hand. Obama was sleight of hand. It was like,
but what y'all expect?
I can't give him a pass. I can't do that. I can't look at somebody like Obama. I love the way he talks, and I mean, it's so funny that we love swagger more than substance, and it's just who we are as people. Because Obama brought a lot of swagger and no substance when it came to black issues, none. And if you want to use, you know, he's at the end he started talking about. Repealing a couple of, you know, the prison reform.
Hey, he knew what he was doing.
And I respect that. But
he was just focusing on big meats because, you know, the one thing niggas love big meats, man. Yeah.
I like Obama,
You
but to
like
me,
it,
like
bitch.
I'm gonna back up.
I'm just saying, give him a pass.
But I'm just saying I can't do that.
Alright.
I refuse.
That's cool.
Obama to me is freaking capital C, capital N, two O's in the middle. So like, but to me, like politics is more about we got to build instead of like trying to find a pony to hitch our ride to. We got to build our own pony, and it starts small. That's why I want to like unify just somebody smaller, like a group of us, and we just build our own neighborhood. But what I'm saying is like politics shouldn't be a scary word, and it shouldn't be a divisive word so much because everything kind of is politics, and it's like we have our own opinions on issues, and that's fine. So if we have our opinion on issues, we can speak on that. But if somebody said it was politics, then we get scared, and there are words that just do that. And another word for that is like another word for unifying is networking, and that scares us too. The idea of networking because you have to be vulnerable with your money, and that scares us. The whole concept of any type of networking scares us, and then we can't be. And I just wanted to hop on it because you said politics, and I don't think politics is bad. But
by the way, for the listeners, if you didn't catch that, he just dropped a major jewel.
What was that?
Networking.
Oh yeah, networking is that shit, man.
Hey, being vulnerable with your paper, like that's a major gem. Major keys, DJ Khaled.
I don't fuck with DJ Khaled.
All right, man.
No, I'm just playing. It's not like I don't have no hate. I just can tell by the way you like it got quiet.
Man, I'm just saying, man. But anyway, I was just big up in because you just dropped a gem. Like, in case ain't nobody catch you.
Yeah, but we don't know how to be like. Even when it come down to it, we still want to be the person that watches the other person do it before we do it. You know what I'm saying? Like we want to be, I put a little something in once 927 other people put something in, and I'll be. But that's what we are, man. We know how to sustain something and not build it.
True.
Because we know how to make white people millionaires.
True.
Got on fucking clothes that we can't pronounce.
True.
But,
all right. We're gonna kick this off for him.
Man, that's we could slide right into our conversation because it kind of led into that. Because to me, like the whole NFL thing is like a tool of integration, and that's like the whole concept of this. The reason we're doing this right now is like the fear of the integration because everything that has happened through history has led us to understand that if they give us anything, it's backhanded as fuck. Backhanded AF. And it's just like integration is no different, and you got to be mindful of everybody's desire in the hood is to make it out of the hood instead of making the hood not the hood. And I said that many times on purpose. Making the hood not the hood. You know what I'm saying? We got to build.
Yeah. Because
all they do is it's a recycle now. It's like they watch our neighborhoods lose value. Then they regentrify. And then we move away, and then we go to another hood, another spot further away, and then they watch it lose value. And it's like, we got to stop with the mind state of their value is our value. Because it'll never equal. I mean, we already know that it doesn't matter like it's like being racially profiled. It doesn't matter who you are to be racially profiled. Eventually, who you are will be. If you change, they will still racially profile you. Like, if every nigga stops sagging and wearing backwards hats and baggy shirts, they gonna start racially profiling nigga in suspenders and button-up shirts and pocket protectors. It's who they are versus who they're afraid of and how insecure and fragile their whole infrastructure is. And we can't be reliable. We can't rely on their value of us. And it means it's so rooted though, because it goes so deep. But just on the basic level, we got to stay with each other. As simple as that.
I definitely agree with that. It's funny though, because it just made me think about like, cause I'm 29, so like.
Don't cover your mouth, homie. Don't cover your mouth. They want to hear you.
So I'm 29, and anybody from St. Louis, you know how segregated this city is, from the city to the county and all the different municipalities within the county So, it's crazy. Like, I just remember, like, you know, my mom was born in 61. So it was a time where she was coming up where, like, Normandy area, Pagedale, Hanley Hills, Jennings, all that was a predominantly white neighborhood.
Right.
And
right.
then
what they call it, I forget, like the white escape or something like that.
Yeah,
they all ran to the county to get away from us.
Right. So then white people started moving further west. So they left quote unquote North County, and then they started like northwest. So there you got like St. Anne, Breckenridge, Bridgeton, Maryland Heights, all out there. Then they moved to St. Charles.
Mm-hmm.
Then we moved to St. Charles.
Mm-hmm.
Then they moved to O'Fallon. Mm-hmm. Then we moved to O'Fallon. Now they're out in Wentzville, way out in Chesterfield, and
damn, that's far.
They're like, yeah, they and black people are slowly but surely making it out to Chesterfield, Wildwood, all these places. And you know what white people doing? Taking their ass right back down to the city.
Yep.
They're downtown. They building up these lofts. They down in North City rebuilding houses, and they all off of St. Louis Avenue and all that, and they getting it together. And my thing is exactly what you said. Like, we go trying to integrate or be with them when, you know what I'm saying, it's like, all right, cool, like, it's 6 houses for sale on this block. Like, we got somebody who do construction, we got somebody who do plumbing.
We are everything at this point.
You know what I'm saying?
We are everything.
So it's just like, you know what I'm saying, I could go, like, where we are right now, I could go probably knock on like 6 different doors, and I can find some people who do trade, like some type of trade whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? And you can like really get it popping. Like, I used to have a fear of succeeding. I used to have a fear, like what you said with networking. I was like, damn, man, he dropped a jewel. I was like, shit, I ain't trying to gamble with my paper.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be, you know what I'm saying, caught lacking out here. Like, cause I'm like, bruh, if I take all that I got and I put it in this and it don't work, I'm gonna be fucked up. You know what I mean?
Right.
So and it's crazy, and it's just like, yo, like, instead of, and that's my thing, like, man, my thing is I want to get something and I want to build it from the ground up. I want to get with people on the ground level. I mean, you look at it like, even from a relationship standpoint, most dudes that got any common sense, they want their woman to be with them from the beginning, when they didn't have nothing.
Right.
From the first floor, from the mailroom type shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And then there's some dudes out here, they go and they be trying to start relationships after they got the bag, and then they be wondering like, damn, does this girl love me? Or does she? You know what I'm saying? And that's the same. That's really the same concept. Won't you stay down with your people from the ground up? So then you ain't gotta be thinking like, damn, these people really hanging around me for this, or what do they really think about me, or
clout chasing.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I mean, if you dig deep, my nigga, you already know what they think about you. You know what I'm saying? My mom always say, you wanna be with somebody who celebrates you, not tolerates you. Right. You know what I mean? And that the integration shit, like, that's what that is. They're tolerating you. They ain't really, celebrating being around us like that. Right. It's like, well, we got these civil rights laws, you know what I'm saying? There's still a 3/5 man. But we
still in the Constitution.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, you just think you're gonna, oh, well, you know what, we're gonna leave this, but we just gonna give you the Bill of Rights real quick, and we're gonna do our thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, I already know what it say, and I know what it still is, but nevertheless, like, that, it's just one of them crazy things, man. Like, it's just weird, but it's definitely, we got to stay together. We got to build from the ground level up, and once we make it up, if we're gonna disperse, like, move collectively. Like, all right, we got this together. Right. So through generations. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's the next thing. Let's, you know what I'm saying? Let's move over to here and build this from the ground up again, and do what we got to do.
To me, like, okay, so networking is like, it's fantastic, but people don't understand it, and it's like, okay, so you are, let's say you're a mechanic, and you are a really good mechanic, but at the end of the day, you just a mechanic. You know what I'm saying? And eventually something other than a car is gonna need to be fixed. Plumbing. You know, your grass got to be cut. But all you are is a mechanic when you by yourself. But networking, when you got a lawyer friend and a doctor friend and maybe like a mailman friend, you know, somebody in every trade, then it's basically like you are that. So now, not only because you're part of a network, you know, not only are you a mechanic, but you are everything that needs to be, everything that's essential to sustain a neighborhood or a community. And that's important, especially because the only way we know how to do it is to integrate. And that, I mean, by that I mean we just want to hop in a neighborhood where we walk in, there are arms waiting out telling us what they are, and it's not impossible for us to do that for ourselves. And then that way it's not backhanded. That way it's organic, and it's essential. I mean, like you, of course you can make it, and that's another pitfall, man. It's so funny. It's like trying to get out of the hood don't work because you gonna get out of the hood, and then you gonna have these kids, and you gonna tell them kids to stay away from them kids in the hood, but they can't because we're drawn to each other. Mm-hmm. It's simple. Like people of melanin are drawn to people with melanin, and they can fight it. You might have you might have 4 kids and 3 kids fight it, but one of them kids going back to the hood.
Yeah.
And they go, and it's just a reintroductions. It doesn't work like that, and it's just a pitfall. And all it is you trying to become something that is unnatural, simply unnatural. And it's like we need to find, even if it's just in St. Louis right now, we need to create a group where we can just build and just maybe find like a patch of land that ain't shit, because land is fucking dirt cheap in St. Louis right now while they're trying to regentrify it. I think they're talking about $2,500 to buy houses over there, like I want to say like close to Central West End, but not Central West End where it's so crazy. Central West End is crazy. You can go drive 2 miles and then all of a sudden white people, you stop seeing them white people, and that neighborhood gets.
I mean, seriously, like you could be at, what's that, Barnes?
Yeah.
And Chase Park Plaza. Soon as you pass Chase Park Plaza, like up 2 blocks, yeah, it's like, oh,
you feel fishy. You
know what I'm saying? Like you on the west side, you right there at the tracks. You at Holdemont, you at Delmore, you at all that shit. It's like, ooh, it's looking a little shaky.
Like even when GPS send you there, you be like, bitch, I didn't. No, alternate route. No, but seriously, I mean, it don't take much, and it's like we need to unify so we can get our youth back too, because that's the biggest issue.
Man, like for real, like I've been on the whole campaign, you know, saying there's no more OGs. You know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead, bro.
Here's my problem with, like, we don't have anything to offer the youth. We honestly don't. I mean, because the youth they kind of surpassed the generation above us. I like to think that you and I are like part of a neutral generation, because it's like it's the generation after us that we really call the youth, and then it's the generation before us that we call like the OGs, and you know what I'm saying? Like we're kind of a neutral generation, so it's like the generation before us, the older people, they don't see that what they're doing is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But the generation younger than us does, and it's like I'm not justifying the way they live their lives but it's like we don't have anything actual to offer them, because no young person wants to do the stupid bullshit that old people are doing now. And I'm talking about working these bullshit ass 9-to-5s that don't make anybody any money. It doesn't create a sustainable life. It's, to me, it's like it's without unifying, we don't have anything to offer them. Like who wants to do that? Who would just willingly, somebody with a brain? I mean, like these people, younger people are evolving to be naturally smarter. It's just that they don't test well. To me, I don't think that that we're dumber. I think evolution always makes you smarter, and it's just that we don't care enough to. And to me, that's more a part of the integration anyway. Is to care enough to be found acceptable through their tests. I think that's just something else that's their value that we should give the fuck back anyway and say fuck you and your tests. We're gonna do our own shit anyway. Of course, we want acuity, we want intelligence, but education and intellect aren't the same thing.
Yeah, that's facts.
And education and knowledge and wisdom, they're not all the same thing. I mean, you can go to a school and all they're gonna do is teach you what you're supposed to know to keep making rich white people richer. I mean, so if that's all school is, then fuck school. And then half the shit they teach you at school is not even true, especially when you look at history.
I mean, it's like they basically teach you to be a robot,
right?
You know,
computer programming.
And like, I didn't go to college, but my partner, he did. He's like, bro, they just want to see if you're going to actually put in the effort to do the work. That's it. He's like, just show the effort that you're going to do it, and you're going to pass. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? With literally very limited life skills. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, every day I talk to people, and they ask me the same question, like, well, you know, what degree do you have, or what college, or where did you study? Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, and they be shocked. I'll be like, bro, like, most of my knowledge and most of my wisdom came from everyday life experience. You know what I mean? Like, they don't teach, like, and then it's just like, yo, I had to fuck up a lot of shit. I fucked up a lot of
opportunities and
bank accounts,
mm-hmm.
checks, and all type of stuff. And I had to learn the hard way because nobody ever taught me that shit.
Well, you're not supposed
to be financially literate.
Right. You're not supposed the reason your school doesn't teach you how to balance a checkbook and all of that shit is because you're not supposed to learn how to balance a checkbook. You're not supposed to be able to financially sustain. You're supposed to struggle so you can keep this system going.
And them student loans finna kick everybody in the butt.
Yeah, don't got none of
the
those.
Same shit. What was that back in 2007 when the
housing? No, you're not talking about housing.
Yeah, the mortgage, all that stuff.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
The shit's getting ready to happen again with the financial aid. Everybody's gonna be fucked.
Dang, what was you just saying? Oh, see, to me, like the whole degree thing, it just goes back to integration. Like, to me, people speak a different language than what they used to. When you like, I don't know if you would say my third eye is open or whatever, or I'm awake or whatever the case may be, but I just see it different. Stay woke. But I see it different. It's like, when people be like, what kind of degree you got? That translate to me is, you know, how do white people like you? That's what that shit sound like to me. What kind of degrees you got? What maths I like about you?
I ain't never thought of it that deep. I just thought it was a stupid ass question for people to judge you.
It's all
in a certain type of way. You know what I mean? Like, not necessarily. I didn't really look at it as like this whole white thing. I just think it was just like, man, that's just some bullshit they ask you.
But
I think it's racist, to be honest.
The whole education system is based off of like, oh man, I can't think of the word I was trying to use. Creating us. They're trying to create us, and it's not even based off of like independent type education. Like, even the people I know who I have a family member, I won't say who, but this person went to college to be an entrepreneur, and the first thing the teachers taught this person was not everybody's going to be an entrepreneur. Well, fuck no. What? Well, obviously the people in that class are trying to be an entrepreneur, so why would you even start by saying that dumb shit? It's like they don't want you to be independent minded. There's no school. School isn't supposed to create that. You're just supposed to be, at best, a manager for another rich white person.
Yeah, you cookie cutter.
Right, but
they want you to be supervisors at best, not
right. Owners. But okay, so if they want you to be supervisors, who owns all the businesses? Right. So to me, that's all that is. It's just like, what piece of paper do you have that makes white people cheese when they read your name? That's what I see a degree is, and it's not. And to me, wisdom is it extends further than what a degree can do. I don't care if a person ever knows. That shit used to piss me off when I used to get called to the. My manager would call me to the office and be like, "Hey, Brandon, man, you're a really bright guy. We just can't." I mean, like, I don't care if you think I'm smart. That shit don't mean nothing to me.
Yeah, facts.
And that shit used to annoy me, and it just, I'd be like, yeah, I'm smart. I know I'm smart, but why am I still working for you?
You gotta make that leap.
No, I know. Yeah, right, exactly.
I mean, you made the leap, but Like a lot of us, man, don't make the elite, bro.
Well, you know, I didn't make the leap there. They made the leap for me.
I mean, I'm just saying, you know, but you know, like for real, like a lot. That's the thing, man. A lot of people don't want to gamble on themselves, man.
Well, we not. I mean, cause we not taught. You know what I'm saying? Even what mama tell you. You switching chairs?
Nah, bro. I just want to. Nah, I'm just stretching.
That's gonna make your booty hard anyway, man. Don't go to them hard chairs. Look, mama told us to go, you know, work hard. Got to work harder than these white people. You got to prove that you smarter, so you can go get the same jobs they get and not make as much money, and then stay there so they'll love you and they'll keep. I mean, that's what we taught. We taught not to. I mean, even, and you know,
it's a few people that preach the opposite.
Well, of course, but they're looked at as radicals. They're looked at as people who you like. You know what, man? Your pops is a revolutionary. You know, you know what I'm saying? Because that's we taught that, especially by our mothers most of the time. That's our mothers are the ones.
And it's crazy. You want to know if your pops wasn't in the picture, and if your pops wasn't in the streets. Mm-hmm. The person that give you the most game like that is a person you probably see every week or every 2 weeks.
Who was that?
The fucking barber.
Oh, yeah, right.
Man, the barbers give the most game.
Right, the biggest hustle.
Hey, for real though, bro, like, salute to all the barbers, man, especially like the real barbers who like be chopping it up with their clients, especially the look.
We need barbers. If I ain't mean to cut you off, my fault, man, but like when we start building our network, man, now you be so at gmail.com. If you're a barber, get at me, man. We want to build a network with you too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
What Cuz said, but yeah, man, like they give a lot of game, man, and then plus, like whether they know it from jump or not, they done already broke the chain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, right.
You're not gonna tax my dollars.
Right.
I don't got shit to report to you.
Right.
This is all cash in hand. I'm my own man. I'm my own boss.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
cornerstone of the melanated community, where, I mean, like you got your other cornerstones. You got your liquor store, you got your corner mart, and you got your nail salon. And none of those three are typically owned by people of color. But your barbershop and your beauticians, they're usually owned by. That's the cornerstone of the community, and we would still rather go, but that's because we don't know how to unify, man.
Yeah, this shit crazy, man. It's really sad, man, because we all brainwashed, and then when you shake up out of the brainwash,
spellbound.
Yeah, then when you shake up out of it. Mm-hmm. You know, when you try, because it's like, man, it's funny. So when you, quote unquote, get woke or conscious or whatever you may have you.
Right.
It's like when somebody first find God, they so excited, they want to talk about it. And then, like, you want to spread the news. You want to wake your fellow brothers and sisters up. You want to just put them on game. You want to...
Yeah, right.
And then...
They look at you like you crazy.
They look at you like you crazy, or they combat everything that you say because it go against a religion, or it go against what you've been initially taught.
Whatever they know.
Or just on the strength, like, man, there's a gang of people that be like, man, start my own business or do this. Like, bro, I got kids to feed, man. Like, I need this $922 check every 2 weeks. Uh-huh. You know what I'm saying? And then I got a baby mama, so Lakeisha, she got to get her $350, and you know what I'm saying? It's just like, bro, you got to break out that cycle. Me personally, like even what I'm doing now, like
dude, I don't mean to interrupt you because I just want to set you up here because I know where you're going. And I want to set you up because I broke the cycle and you broke the cycle, and our situations are super different. And I want you to go into like how you did that, and I can talk about how I did it because it's hard to even think about breaking it. You know what I'm saying? Like when you think about like, dude, like you just said, $922.54 every 2 weeks. It's like, how do you go without that? How'd you break that cycle? Because you got a lady, you got more than one kid. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's scarier for you because I am a single guy still, and I kind of still own my life. You know what I mean? Like I own my freedom. I don't owe it to anybody. Like to you, you got to keep people fed. That's not you. And when I broke it, it was like my support system was so good that I kind of just fell back, and it was just like it kind of crumpled into my favor. But to you, it's got to be more conscious. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, a lot of things happen.
Of course. Usually takes. Yeah.
First, I had to figure out what can I offer that does not seem like work to me.
Mm-hmm. Right. Passion.
So that was one, which I found multiple different things, but I found what would be the easiest and the quickest to get money legally. Then I got tired of the songing, dance, and the game that I have to play in the workplace. So that was a combination of that. And then two, I don't want to make it that deep. I just give it to my genetics. I give it to my pops. I give it to my mom.
Right.
They go getters, and for some reason, no matter what goes on, without a safety net, they always manage to land on their feet somehow, some way. So I take pride in being a byproduct of that. My pops was in the feds, and he did 10 years in the feds. He came out with nothing, and now he got a nice size house. He got 3 foreign cars. He's doing good for himself, and he's doing it all legally.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My mom, she's doing real good. She busts her butt. She's doing all that, and really, my thing is like, yo, I'm a go getter, and no matter what situation I've been in my life, on my own, for some reason I've always made it. I made it out. And then, some people will be listening to this who are not the thinkers that we are. They be like, well, you made it because of the Most High. Right. And I that's cool too. But then I had to think like, I listen, no, for real though. Like,
yeah, go ahead.
But it's like, all right, I listen to, like, I give you a quote from Erykah Badu. If we were made in his image, then call us by our names. All right, cool. I'm a God.
Right.
It's already within me to basically make shit shake, to make it happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? By any means necessary. So that's what it was. And honestly, my children, and I got one hell of a woman. You know what I'm saying? So like they said, sometimes
she ain't never hearing this nigga. Calm down. Calm down.
Yo, I forwarded it to her. I don't think she even listened to it, bro. But nevertheless,
I think she will. She will.
Nevertheless, and they say sometimes, it take a great woman to make a man be great.
Right.
And I can't disappoint her.
Right.
Right. And, like, even when you by yourself, when you live in a bachelor pad, like, shit, the gas get cut off for like a week. Like, my nigga, I can take cold showers.
Right.
Hell, a woman ain't taking no cold showers. No baby's not taking no cold showers.
Go to the homie house.
Electricity get cut off for a couple of days. You like, oh man, I could just shoot over to mom's crib. But I can't tell my daughter, my son, and my gal, and just hold tight till Tuesday. Like, no, like, you gotta be on top. You gotta make sacrifices. And like I said, I just got tired of what was going on, and I tapped in to the inner me, and I just I gotta make this happen. And I did, and it took a while. I'm 29 years old, and it literally took 29 years for me to make it happen.
Right.
It took 29 years. Even my partners and my closest friends telling me, like, bro, like, you need to do this, you need to do that, man. I didn't tell them to go to trade school, get that trade, start your own business. Plumbing, welding, whatever. Like, bro, you can do it. HVAC, you can go and start your own business.
Right.
Like, get in the door, do what you gotta do, and then boom, start trapping. Like, pretty much. You know what I mean? I cut hair, you know what I mean? They like, bro, like, cut.
Right.
Go to school, get certified, do what you want to do. I've never done it.
To me, like,
and I found what I do. I do detailing work, car interior, you know what I'm saying? Holla at me, Frankie's Detailing.
That's what's up.
You know.
Plug away, so.
Yeah,
Plug away, man, for real. Like, to me, like if I had anything to tell young people, because so many old people, not young people, if so many people who are out here in this system, they feel stuck, and when I mean
That's
stuck,
not,
that's I mean it's
and that's the furthest from reality.
right, but they feel stuck because because they have so much relying on the system that they feel stuck. And if you young and you not in that situation, don't get stuck, because even though it's not the truth and you can break your way out of it, it's easier if you were never in it. So don't get stuck. And what I mean by that is don't start accumulating bills and situations where you need that money to keep coming, where you feel like if you ever step away from it, that your life will fall apart. Now, the truth is...
Wait, hold on. Free game, another jewel is going to be dropped. Do not get a car note. That is your number. That is your, if it ain't your first class ticket to financial freedom, it's going to get you about damn near within walking distance of, bruh, do not get a car loan.
Right.
Period.
Right.
Don't do it.
Buy you a
car.
You got $3,000. That's not a down payment, homie. That's not a down payment no more.
That's a perfectly good running vehicle. Find one of these.
See that's where networking come in too, because now because you're not a mechanic. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a mechanic, but I got 3 stacks and I got a mechanic in my network. Then I'm a mechanic.
And I got a mechanic, and he's a private dealer, and he goes to the auction.
So now you got 3 racks, and you can probably go buy a $7,000-$8,000 car with 3 racks.
Bro,
and
less than that. And they get you a temp tag.
All of that. There are other ways. Just every time you think of anything, there's a way other than the way they're telling you that you have to do it. Every question, every fucking thing. Question everything. Don't just fall in line. There's always another way. There's always a get out of the line, go around the back way to do it. Now, if you want, they're going to lock you in for, 36 to 48 months to buy a car that they're hoping that you don't finish paying anyway so they can sell it to the next sucker. Or buy you a $3,000 car.
But the key is for you to keep bringing up. So no matter what, your car lose value. So you're gonna be upside down to your car payment no matter what. So you just keep leveling up. Is what they want you to do.
Right.
And you're gonna constantly be like, all right, check this out. Simple as this. Would you keep taking the girl to Roof Chris on a weekly basis?
Roof Chris?
To not get no pussy.
Nigga, what? I love Roof Chris. Go ahead. I don't know what it is.
It's an overrated steak.
Oh, okay.
House or whatever. Uh-huh. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if 2 people go there and get steak with no alcohol, you looking at like $65, $75. If you get you some wine or whatever, you're only looking at $100 bill.
So you said,
would you constantly keep taking
a female there,
and you're not getting the grand reward, the pussy? Probably not. So why would you keep giving away your money for a car that can literally be taken from you any moment?
That is, the great hustle about financing is to tell somebody they own it.
And they don't.
That is the best. I think that's the best part about financing. Congratulations on your car. Unless you miss a payment, then that's my shit and I'm coming to get it 10 minutes after you miss that payment. Congratulations,
really,
though.
Really like 3 payments.
So yeah, it varies. Because when I was down in Florida, my boy said he missed his payment on Friday and Saturday morning his car was gone. My feelings would be hurt, man.
They're not playing no games
because they know. You know what I'm saying? But
then they know on top of that too, dog. It's hard to climb out that hole. So it's
right.
Like, bro, whether we come snatch your shit on Saturday or next week or next month, we're still the car's gonna be repoed anyway.
And they can hold you accountable for the rest of the price of the car.
Loan, yeah, exactly.
And still sell the car. What?
Facts though, like so don't get a loan. You know what I'm saying? And then another thing, like one of our biggest issues, man, is and you touched on it, dog. We care so much about what they think, and we buy into these name brands. We buy into all this shit And it's just like, man, I gotta get this, I gotta get this, I gotta get this, and it's like, bro, like you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You know what I mean? And then, shout out to Dr. Umar Johnson. I heard him say this. He was like,
the realest nigga. Go ahead. Naga.
They say,
God.
it do be a certain level of racism that goes on when you be trying to get a mortgage loan or whatever. But a lot of times, us black people get denied for a loan for a mortgage is because when we go to apply, they already see we done already got the Escalade, or we got the Mercedes, or we got the Beamer, or we already have a car that's relatively between $35,000 to $80,000. And what they know is how we think.
Right.
We'll miss a house payment before we miss that car. If you have to choose between your house and your car,
right?
Shit, ain't nobody pulling up to the house, but you gonna see me pull up in this Escalade.
I'm gonna drive my car to go get these bitches.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, that's facts though, and that's true. You know what I'm saying? That's why people like, damn, like Kawhi Leonard in the league and he still got a 97 Suburban. Yeah. That's smart.
We're smart than a motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying?
So you mentioned Robert Kiyosaki. I mean, you mentioned Umar Johnson, and I'm gonna go in a different direction and mention Robert Kiyosaki. Robert Kiyosaki said, and the face this nigga gave me. Robert Kiyosaki wrote Rich Dad Poor Dad. And if you ain't,
and I read the book 10 years ago.
Oh, okay. Well, what I'm saying is, he said most people. I read it a couple of years ago. Audio book. I read the audio book. I read it with my ears. So he said, most people have created a system where they, their income meets, what they've already committed anyway. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the times, everybody's doing that. Everybody is living in debt because, they have created all these bills that equal exactly what they make, or, they're more than what they make. So it's a nationwide problem, but we care about our people because ways out are hard for us. It's not conditioned. It's not made for us to succeed.
Facts.
But we don't need to succeed in their world. We just need to succeed in ours.
And then you gotta realize, man, that life, your life is precious and it can literally be taken from you at any moment. But stop thinking that you gotta have everything like right away. You know what I mean? Like,
David Banner.
Life is a marathon, dude. This shit is not a sprint, my G. Like,
David Banner.
You find me one person that, when they were 9 years old, that the doctor like, my nigga, like, for sure, on your 20th birthday, you gonna drop dead. All right, cool. I see why you out here forcing and trying to make shit happen because you know the exact time you're gonna die. But chances are you don't know that. So, like, just pace yourself.
You got to still plan for tomorrow, and
you have to pace yourself.
That's another problem with Christianity.
Well,
the Bible tells you you're not supposed to plan for tomorrow. So when we say you're supposed to plan for tomorrow, it sounds foolish because faith is.
It's Saturday night. I bet they know what suit they wear in church in the morning. I bet you they know. They plan that.
But that's what we're up against. You know what I'm saying? When you say plan for tomorrow, that's what we're up against. Like, gee, you just got my tomorrow. But you gotta stop planning.
Like, and they don't think outside of like the box. You know what I mean? Like, and it shouldn't be outside of the box, but like,
Well,
all my shorties got life insurance policies. Like, I got, like, if I die,
right.
Even my future wife, like my fiance right now, she knows.
She's straight.
Well, not even that. We've already talked about. Don't buy no $500 to $5,000 casket to may or may not be put in the ground. Because we honestly, who the fuck stick around and see that motherfucker go all the way down in the dirt and get covered? So we don't know what actually goes on. Don't spend that money on that, bro. Like, don't do that.
I'm finna run us back in the same problem.
Get a picture of me if you want it. Get a little, you know what I'm saying? Like,
rosary beads.
Hang it up in the crib. You know, if you want to do the whole ashes thing in a nice little vase or whatever, like
I gotta stop. I'm so sorry, bro.
I'm just saying, man. But like for real, man. Hey, yo, we gotta start leaving our kids more than an IOU, or I'm sorry, or a shit ton of bills, or some Gucci loafers and a Gucci belt. Like for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like teach these kids how to manage money. Teach them how to make their money work for them. And then if something do happen to you, even if they get 20 racks of free bands because of your death, if they already been instilled how to manage money, dog, that 20 grand is gonna turn into 100,000 within less than 2 years. You know what I mean? Like,
I hear you.
You know,
like it doesn't even like the success isn't paramount. Like, I mean, we think the success is paramount, but the success isn't paramount. It's the effort. We gotta try. Like, it don't matter how many times you just don't know how many of these white people. I don't mean to just call them white, but most of the rich people in America are white, and these rich people, they go out there and they try these ventures and they fail, and they just move on, and that's what we so scared of failure. But I mean, like, it's more about the I mean, you have to try. You got to unify, network, and then try. It's not guaranteed. So, there are no guarantees. So even if you got 20 racks, it ain't no guarantee you're gonna turn it into 200K. But that's a start for something.
But even
and if you got the network for it,
but even within that failed experience,
right,
you're gonna gain knowledge for your next experience.
Right.
No doubt. And like for real, y'all, like y'all gotta stop taking people for face value. The black youth especially, because we have this really dumb thing, and I used to be part of it too. You know what I mean?
What's talking about?
Following rappers.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, okay.
The rap boom is over.
Nah, bro. They still, but they still do it.
Right. The boom is over.
I made a status on Facebook a little while back, and I said I'd much rather be a Dame Dash than a Jay-Z. And I got so much shit for it. And I'm like, yo, I'd rather be him because nobody's giving him a check. He don't have to sit down with Sprint. You don't have to sit down with nobody and for Sprint to say, for your streaming service, we're going to give you this amount. This dude owns this dude owns motor oil, clothes, movie streaming service. Like, this dude owns everything, and he really hustles. He's like, yo, I don't have money. If I make $200,000 on one venture, it's like dope. I go re-up. I go put that money back in the streets.
Right.
On a whole nother business thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like you cannot be scared.
Right.
You cannot be scared.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of being quote unquote a Jay-Z and waiting on one of these labels execs to cut you a check, like, no. Somebody, it's called consignment. Someone gives you work. It's just like being in the street. Somebody gives you work. You make the money back and you create your own opportunity, and then you do what you want to do with that money from there. Whether you want to re-up or you want to go down another avenue.
Path. But
you know what I'm saying?
You ain't just supposed to spend or save the money.
That's true. Like, you got to do something with it, but besides buy clothes and jewelry, you know what I'm saying? The guns and the butter.
Guns and what?
The guns and butter.
Oh.
It's a movie reference. The gun. What are the guns? The guns is real estate, art, things that appreciate with value. And what's the butter? Cars, clothes, jewelry, all the other bullshit that don't mean nothing after you buy it. It's all about the guns and butter, you little dumb motherfuckers. Hey, shout out to Vin Raines, baby boy. That's classic scene. Well, you know what I'm saying? And that's just, it's a simple game like that. You know what I mean? So if you got 2,500, oh man, I'm finna go get some rims to go put on my car. 2,500, my dude, you can go buy you a house.
2,500, you can go. Well, okay. So first, wait. You got to slow down with that. You got to slow down with the house. You buy the house, then what? The mic right here. You ain't got to hear yourself.
I like it.
You buy your house, then what?
All right. So I give the answer of who I was 5 years ago. So if I buy a house, my first thing is how can I renovate this to live in it? Now, my first thought is either I know someone, or I'm gonna do it myself and live in it as I renovate it. That's just me personally.
And okay, as you renovate it, okay. See, to me, I'm gonna renovate it and then I'm gonna lease them up.
I mean, we're gonna get to that point.
Right. But it like, to me, the idea of living it will never cross my mind. You know,
I mean,
it would.
I mean, because most people who will come up on money to go buy a house, they're not owners, they're renters. So why don't you save that bread that you have
renting
and live in a place that it's your own? It might not be what you used to, but build it up to what you want it to be, and you're still saving. And could you imagine what a person would do with $700 extra a month?
Yeah. Okay.
And so, I'm lowballing because there's some people out there paying ridiculous for renting.
Okay, but I say this. Let's say you got your house.
I pay $700.
Let's say you got a house and you also you're renting. You're renting for about $725, but you can lease your house for $900 a month. So now that person is paying for your. It's only at what did I say? $175 in your pocket a month, but he's still paying for your rent. So I mean, you say, what can you imagine what you do with an extra $700, but now you just turned it into an extra $107. Wow, I'm good at math, I swear. $175, but now you're not paying for your own living expenses, and I mean it. So, and I just made it small. And
so check this out. What you're saying is 100% correct, but it just shows you the difference in between two people.
Right.
Me personally, I would rather struggle for 3 months to ball the fuck out 6 months later.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I would be a renter. I will not rent anymore.
Yeah. You just live in your own house.
I will live and I will renovate. So, electricity, gas, sewer, water. And when you're living by yourself, all that shit, you basically can control. And anybody, like, you get your sewer bill, my nigga, that shit is like $15. You get your water bill, like, you looking at like $22. Like, that's nothing. You know what I mean? Electricity, if you leave all your TVs and everything in air running 24/7, you're looking at like $125 a month. You know what I mean? And your gas, if you got a gas stove or whatever, your hot water, like, cool. There's still not a lot of bread.
Right.
So once you get it up to par and renovate it, like, do what you want to do, and you could go rent that out. But you think about all that paper you've been saving. So all you do is you do it again. You renting that house out, say, man, and you say you don't even want to whack them over the head $900.
Right.
If you like, man, I'm trying to get somebody to get in this joint fast, like 3-bedroom house, 1.5 baths, it's probably in a decent area. It's gonna go for like $925 a month. You be like, man, I'm gonna put it out there for $8, just so they can hop in it.
Right. And
you didn't save over 3 months span of time another $2,500.
Right.
You go do another house.
Right. Okay. I feel you.
So in a 6-7 month span of time, you done messed around and you got 2 properties.
Right. And 2 streams of income. 2
you know
separate
what I mean?
streams of
and
income.
you could just keep leveling up until you get comfortable.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's where I'm at right now.
Don't get comfortable.
Never. You know what I mean? Never.
I don't think we have.
Because once you and then it's like an addiction. You realize, like, bro, I didn't in a matter of a year, I done got three different properties.
Passive too. That's passive income.
It's like, bro, in 5 years.
Wait, I can't use I bet you I lost half the niggas that's listening.
I mean, but you be like, man, in 5 years, bro, I can own the whole block. You feel me?
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's nothing.
Right.
And then that's when you get into residual income. You can literally sit at home playing circle jerk and grab ass all day, and papers just coming in.
Yep.
In layman's terms, because I for niggas who didn't hang around white people, that means literally fucking off, not doing anything.
Passive. That's what passive, residual income and passive income are basically the same thing. It means
that means while you're sleeping,
that's pillow money. Same thing.
Shit's coming to you. You don't have to do anything but keep breathing.
And that money just keep rolling in. But you know, that takes building, and it takes financial intelligence.
I mean, it's simple. I mean, even like now, man, it's just like people got a gang. Most black people got a gang of materialistic shit that don't mean nothing. Motherfuckers right now got 70, 80, 100 pair of shoes, but you only got 2 feet.
Right. Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got your phone that's constantly in your hand all the time. Like, man, bro, I done made so much money off of eBay. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So much shit, huh?
Because of my own mentality, bro.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know, I wanted to be just like my dad. Mm-hmm. My mom went to school for fashion. My pops was a high roller, a street cat. Mm-hmm. So my mother can literally take nothing and make it look like $1 million, and my dad had the bread to spend $1 million on whatever. Uh-huh. So when he went to prison, my main thing was, I can't let this ship stop going. I still got to come up with all the J's. I still got to come up with high school was Jabos and Rocketwear and all. I had to still come up with all that.
Yeah.
You know, and most men after a certain age, they foot stop growing. Mm-hmm. So from high school all the way up until I was like 25, I accumulated over like 200 pairs of shoes. Mm-hmm. In a matter of 2 years, man, I done made like 10 racks selling shoes.
Right. Right, I'd imagine.
You know what I'm saying? And that was just in my sleep, not doing anything. Taking a few pictures of shoes and boom, posting it on eBay. You know? And it's stuff, man, on me is stuff that I haven't even thought about. Said, damn, man, I wish I still had them shoes. Or, damn, man, what happened to them? And then the way Jordans are, they re-bring these shits out every other, like, ain't nothing rare anymore, you know what I'm saying? So, like, for real though, man, like, it's so many avenues out here to get money legally, man. All you gotta do is tap into it. And half of the stuff, man, even like thrifting. I got a partner who thrift. My dude goes in there and spend $2-3 on shirts and turn around and sell them online for $15-20. That's you tell me what type of profit that is.
Yeah, that's what's up.
You know what I'm saying?
So okay, I'm gonna rewind. I'm gonna rewind back to the first episode. And the first episode said that the law of attraction says that once you usually attract whatever you are. So if you are an anxious person, you're gonna attract an anxious person. Energies roll with each other, basically, right? So if you're trying to change where you want to be, you got to change your mentality and who you are and what you're striving for. You have to. Otherwise, you can't go to work the same way and do the same thing every day and expect change. And I know that's just the definition of insanity, and I'm not trying to I was trying to go to a different avenue to explain that because, you know, people hear that and you hear it so much that when you hear the same thing over, it doesn't sound spectacular anymore. But what I'm saying is if you want something, you have to actively change who you are to pursue it. It's not just wanting it. Millions of people want stuff. The world isn't just one UPS truck dropping shit off of people who want stuff. You have to mentally and energetically change what you're trying to do and change who you're trying to become that. If you want to hustle, you got to understand what it means to hustle and how to hustle, and you can't go away from that. You have to become that. It's not going to come. You got to have a hustler's spirit, man. You got to have a hustler's heart, because hustling is hustling. I mean, look up the word fucking hustling. You can't be lazy and motherfucking hustle. Shit don't work. The opposites. So if you want to change, man, you got to fucking look within yourself. If you want different, become different. Because usually when something makes you different, it's probably going to be tragic. And that's sad. Usually when we change, it's because of something tragic happened.
Facts. I can tell you what changed me tragically.
Do you want to go into it?
Well,
I mean, we over an hour, so I'm just going.
No, I mean, honestly, man, I'll be 100% honest, man. What changed me was, and the funny fucked up thing, bro, it wasn't none of my kids. It was losing my license and my car.
Mm-hmm.
So, going through a process of losing my license, getting a license suspended and revoked,
which is common in St. Louis if you're a person of color. It's so common that it doesn't even, people won't even, if you hear this thing from St. Louis, you wouldn't even go, oh, you lost You'd be like, oh, okay, I did that.
Yeah, and you still gonna ride dirty.
Right.
So the combination of multiple years of going through the same thing, and then finally, I lost the whip too.
Mm.
So now I'm completely on stuck.
What is $1,700? The average melanated family without the car is worth $1,700. Go on,
bro. I was on stuck. So it changed. I was like, okay, now I have to do something different. Man, it was times where I was walking like 17 miles just to make it to work. $36.
You know me on my bike. So
one way taxi ride. You know what I'm saying? And I had a lot of pride. Like,
pride is a motherfucker.
Man, only my inner circle kind of knew what was going on. Mm-hmm. And then, like, I wasn't hitting them up for rides and stuff because they got lives. They got to be at work. They got to do this. And I was working retail at the time. So, retail hours ain't no
respect.
And it ain't like no 9 to 5. So,
right.
I got a partner I know for sure. Anytime I would have picked up the phone, he would have came and got me. But, shoot, I got a shift that started at 1 o'clock. Mm-hmm. This man been at work all day. And he's still at work. He still got to punch the clock some more until 4 or 5 o'clock.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it was. And it got to a point, I said, man, when I finally get my shit straight, I saw the value in actually having a license. Mm-hmm. And then I just said, you know what? I never want to be in this predicament again.
Right.
I don't never want to feel this low. When you are a man and you can't move when you want to move, you can't move how you want to move.
You sounded like Umar Johnson. He was like, when you are a man,
for real though,
can't move how you want to move.
It was times where I had hustles lined up, bro, to get myself out of the jam, the hole that I was in. And and all I had to do, I can't. And I'm not the type of dude. Hey, babe, can I see your car so I can go? Like, no, I don't. I never done that. The only time I had my girl car was for me to go to work.
Work.
At least if anything was to happen, even driving didn't even have license. I got pulled over. At least she knew I was doing something productive and I was on my way to gig.
A to B shit.
You know what I'm saying? Or if an accident, God forbid, I was in an accident, at least she knew he was going to get money. Right. I wasn't borrowing her car to go fuck around to go hoop or do no bullshit. I wasn't borrowing her car to go on a potential mission to get some money. You know what I'm saying? When you got your own paper, somebody can put you on a mission like selling shoes. You got your own paper. You got your own car. A person's like, oh man, I'm going to get these shoes. Can you meet me here? All right, cool. I can hop in my ride. I go do my thing. Now when you on stuck, excuse me, babe. I was just wondering if can I see your car so I can go to South County? Yeah, for $100 jug. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, man. So that was my breaking point. And then after that, everything. And it don't sound tragic, but tragically, like, it did something to my spirit. I was completely broken. For a man that ain't never been dependent on nobody. Even when like I said, parents, like, my mom, she would get on this study. She ain't never paid a cell phone bill. She ain't never paid no car insurance, no car payment. She ain't never done nothing. She did her job. She kept a roof over my head, and she ain't really need to buy me clothes because I was getting that shit on my own and my pops was getting it for me. And when my pops got locked up when I was 15. So, like, that was it. Like, I got my cars on my own. I got everything in my adult life on my own. You know what I mean? And for a person that ain't never had to ask nobody for nothing, ain't never had to ask for any type of assistance like that, man, it broke me completely. Like, I was Nathan, bro. I was like, man, I would much rather have my 3 house in the cot in the pen right now than be out here free on the streets and can't move free. Yes. I would much rather them people to be telling me when to eat, sleep, and shit.
Damn.
To be out here free, not free. That's how fucked up I was. That's what I went through tragically, and it changed me. and I told myself from now on I'm gonna be a good steward over everything. You know what I mean? And
right.
I'm gonna take care of everything with precious care. Mm-hmm. Everything has value to me. Right. Because I work hard for everything. You know what I'm saying? And shit, getting my license at 16, I ain't really work hard for that. I really low key, I've been driving since I was like 13. So I took the test, getting my license. I'm out here like, nigga, I've been out here.
Yeah, I was driving anyway.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been out here. I've been jugging. I've been on high speeds. Like, I've been doing my thing before I got my license. Like,
look, no, don't even. We ain't got to go there. We ain't got to go there.
I mean, I've been going to basketball practice and I've been
sprints. When he said high speed, he was talking about races.
Facts.
He's talking about foot races. No. Yeah. Well, look, man, we didn't. We can talk about this shit all day. I don't even know if we stayed on subject.
Probably not.
Well, because it doesn't matter because we talk that shit, and as long as we, like, I just want everybody who listens to this in St. Louis, out of St. Louis, it don't matter, to go to nowyoubsold@gmail.com, and I will set us up, and let's unify, and let's start building something, man. We need everything, and we are everything. It's too late in the game now. We're everything. We don't even need them right now. So, now you be sold, man. Like, get at me.
Please.
Get at us.
Please.
And let's start building something. Because that's the whole point of this shit. Stop texting your side bitch. And,
bro, what the fuck, man? Why would you say some shit like that?
What, man? Stop texting your side bitch and kiss your wife and tell her.
God damn it, nigga.
What? I'm just telling this
for
shit
the record,
real.
I'm not. I don't know about.
Wait a minute.
Fucking movie.
I wasn't even looking at you. I didn't know you were on your phone.
Bro,
I wasn't talking about you.
But you have to understand what type of woman I got.
You and I wasn't.
Nigga,
I was talking to
podcast,
you out there.
She's like, so you going?
So you're doing a podcast with Brandon. So that's what we calling these bitches now. Recording a podcast with Brandon. Oh, that's funny. That is funny.
My nigga. And I ain't gonna lie, like,
she gonna call me one day out your phone. Before, like, all right, I want to see if it was actually a dude.
Before me and her officially got together, nigga, my track record is a little shaky. I've been 100 since we've been together.
I wasn't talking about him, but I'm talking about y'all.
Hey, you gonna have to edit that shit out, bro.
Ain't no edit, nigga. No, I was telling them, man.
Bro, cause she gonna be on my motherfucking head, man. I got time for
sorry,
that,
man. I wasn't talking to Frank.
God damn.
Sister, I wasn't talking to Frank. I was talking to them out there in YouTube.
Well, she ain't gonna want to hear that shit. She ain't gonna want to hear that shit.
I'm sorry, man.
Alright, man.
Look, we're going to end it on that. We're going to, will Frank be with us next week? Or will he be in the doghouse? Next week when y'all hear me, I'll be like, hey, just me. Y'all already know, free my nigga Frank.
Man,
Hashtag.
I don't even want to think about this shit.
No, man, it's all good, man. Ain't nothing but love. That was just jokes, man. If you can't take jokes, then suck a moose dick. That was a joke, too, so if you can't take jokes, suck a moose dick. That was a joke, too, so all right, I'm going to stop. Look, no, seriously, man. Hit me up at nowyoubsold, nowyoubsold@gmail.com, and let's unify.
Let's do it.
And see y'all.
Let's build, y'all. Let's build.
Next week, man. Now you be sold.